Hello everyone, today we're diving into the iconic business rivalry, the Cola Wars. Wars between Coke and Pepsi and their impact on the global beverage market. This case study examines their competition and strategic impact on the global beverage market. Today, we'll cover Coke and Pepsi's brand evolution, leadership strategies, SWOT analyses, and more. We'll also discuss their challenges and how they've tackled industry changes. It's not just about cola, it's strategic warfare. Coca-Cola, established in 1886, embodies values of optimism, refreshment, and unity. Its mission to refresh the world defines its brand purpose. Think of Coke as more than a drink, it's a cultural icon symbolizing happiness and togetherness. Let's look at Pepsi, founded in 1893, embodies innovation, youthfulness, and inclusivity with its tagline, "For the love of it." Despite early struggles, it has become a bold, trend-setting brand with a youthful image, focused on living in the moment. The US carbonated soft drink market is highly profitable due to brand loyalty and high profit margins. Coke and Pepsi dominate, creating a lucrative duopoly and effectively turning concentrate sales into significant financial success. Cola and Pepsi dominate this industry with few competitors due to economies of scale, exclusive contracts, and strong branding. High barriers like brand loyalty and extensive distribution networks make it challenging for new competitors to enter the market. The supply chain is divided into concentrate producers, bottlers, and retail channels. Companies like Coke and Pepsi make high profits, while bottlers face high capital costs, keeping the soft drink industry running. In 2006, Coke and Pepsi faced challenges due to shifting consumer preferences, globalization, and rising input costs. Adapting to these changes while maintaining their iconic status was the challenge, with health trends and sustainability concerns becoming increasingly important. The Pepsi Challenge, a blind taste test from 1975, led consumers to consistently choose Pepsi over Coke, prompting Coke to rethink its strategy. The Pepsi Challenge wasn't just a marketing gimmick, it was a turning point in the Cola Wars. Coca-Cola's leadership has always focused on global expansion and brand differentiation, tapping into nostalgia to keep their brand timeless. Under Neville Isdell, they sought growth and efficiency, reinvigorating their strategy for global dominance. Under Indra Nooyi's leadership, Pepsi focused on sustainability and product innovation, diversifying into non-CSD products like Tropicana and Gatorade. This positioned the company to lead in health-conscious markets. Coca-Cola has evolved with products like Diet Coke and Coke Zero, appealing to health-conscious consumers. They have also introduced Dasani and energy drinks, showing a talent for creating products that maintain global appeal and meet changing consumer demands. Coca-Cola's marketing is legendary. Think, "It's the real thing," and the unforgettable Hilltop commercial, selling emotion alongside the drink and creating one of the world's most recognized brands. Pepsi used pop culture and celebrity endorsements, like Michael Jackson and Britney Spears, to project an edgy, youthful image with the slogan, "The choice of a new generation." They weren't just selling a drink, they were selling cool. Coca-Cola leads the market with 48%, while Pepsi holds 21%. Dr. Pepper Snapple Group and smaller players like Dr. Pepper contribute to the market share. Globally, Coca-Cola has maintained a significant lead in the CSD space. Let's dive into Coke's SWOT analysis. Strengths include global market leadership and brand loyalty, while weaknesses include sugary reliance. Opportunities lie in expanding into emerging markets, but threats include health concerns and innovative brands. Pepsi, with its Gatorade and Tropicana brands, has a strong presence in both CSD and non-CSD markets. Their ownership of powerhouse brands like Gatorade and Tropicana gives them an edge, but is lagging behind Coke globally in CSDs. Coke and Pepsi, both iconic brands, have mastered branding, with Coke's global reach and Pepsi's appeal to younger consumers driving repeat purchases. Pepsi, youthful, bold, and connected to pop culture. In terms of revenue growth from 2005 to 2006, Pepsi's revenue grew by 7.4% in 2005-2006, outpacing Coke's 4.3% growth due to diversification into non-CSD products. Coke and Pepsi both gained 1% market share from 2005-2006. Pepsi's growth is due to expansion into non-CSDs and snacks. It's clear, both companies are playing the long game, looking beyond just fizzy drinks. In 2006, Coke prioritized core brands and global expansion, while Pepsi invested in non-CSDs and snacks. Pepsi's focus on health-conscious consumers gave them an advantage over Coke's CSD dominance defense. In 2006, Coke outperformed Pepsi in operating margin, net profit margin, and ROE, benefiting from its strong CSD market position, despite Pepsi's risk-reducing diversification. Coca-Cola spent $4 billion on brand loyalty and core CSD products, while Pepsi spent $3.7 billion on sports marketing for Gatorade, focusing on a diversified approach. Over the decades, Coca-Cola maintained its market share lead, but Pepsi's strategic steps, like acquiring Frito-Lay and introducing products like Mountain Dew and Gatorade, allowed them to diversify early. By the 2000s, both companies had solidified. So, who's winning? Pepsi beats Coke in total revenue thanks to a diverse product lineup, focusing on health and wellness. The Cola wars go beyond Coke versus Pepsi, involving strategy, evolution, and consumer behavior. Coca-Cola leads in CSDs globally, while Pepsi's diversification has led to revenue dominance. Both brands have made a lasting impact on the beverage industry. Thanks for joining the Cola Wars exploration. Whether you prefer Coke or Pepsi, let's celebrate the strategies that define this iconic rivalry. Stay tuned for the next chapter.